Okay, so just to start off, don't mind the box in the background. I am in the tedious process of moving soon, so bitch kind of crowded. Konnichiwa bitches, Fangirl Sarah does. It's been a while, hasn't it guys? I'm sorry I've been gone. Mama missed you guys. I hope you guys missed me too. Today we're going back in time, back into the time of video nasties. If you're unfamiliar with what a video nasty is, what are you doing on my channel? How'd you get here? So, video nasties was a term the UK government used to describe films they felt were too violent or too depraved for the public to see. There is a list of banned films that were called the video nasties, and a lot of these films gained huge cult followings not because the movies were great, but because of their controversial status. Today we're going to be talking about a film that was not on the banned video nasties list, but it was denied a rating. Today we're going to be talking about Suffer Little Children. Suffer Little Children has a very basic plot. A mysterious girl shows up in an orphanage one day with no backstory, just a note saying that her name is Elizabeth and she cannot speak. What ensues is Elizabeth basically corrupting all the children in the orphanage and turning them into bloodthirsty devil worshippers. The film really offers nothing groundbreaking, but it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. I found at the end of this movie that this film was actually done it was actually a project by some student filmmakers, which I found quite endearing. The reason why it was controversial, though, is because it used children as these psychotic killers. It definitely pays homage to the great cult horror classics that old school horror fans absolutely adore. The editing seems choppy at some points, but I understand because the quality of the film itself, it seems almost like it's not that great in condition, like it's been damaged a little. I don't doubt that the process of transferring old films like this to a DVD format is an arduous process, so I'm kind of forgiving of the fact that the quality of the film doesn't look that, dazzling, or the editing seems a little choppy. I'm kind of forgiving of that because I understand that this is, probably isn't the easiest thing to transfer. See, with old films, like the thing about video nasties and, films that tried to be like video nasties, the quality was never great, but I mean, they're usually films that were kind of like a bit older. For the most part, they were older films. So, they didn't have the graphics and the effects that we have now. A lot of them were really like low-grade kind of films, but I think that adds to their charm, personally. Another thing I think someone has to do when watching older horror films, this is just how I do it, in order to appreciate it a bit better, I try to put myself in the mindset of that time when the film was released. Because obviously when you watch an older film now, you're not going to be impressed with the special effects. You're not going to be impressed with the gore or anything like that. Most likely the acting is shit. But you gotta consider, you gotta put yourself back in that time frame. You gotta think about, what was considered controversial back then. What was going on in, cinema at that point in time. Was this type of thing new at that time? Is this something that would, kind of rock the audience? Or is it something that has already been done and people were kind of immune to? Was this considered shocking back then? I think when you watch video nasties or videos in that, kind of vein, it's important to kind of put yourself back in that time to really appreciate how shocking and controversial that these films were. The film is nothing really to write home about. However, like I said, it's definitely not the worst I've ever seen. I felt like it took fucking forever to get to the gore, and the gore was funny. Like I said, with a lot of these video nasties, the effects they make them funny. They're the type of gore scenes that are so cheesy, they're fucking hilarious, which is why I love films like this. I think Suffer Little Children would be a nice little addition if you're trying to, gather a collection of older, video nasty-esque films. I definitely think I would like to start, I think I want to do a series where I actually review the video nasties banned list. I think that'd be a fun project, maybe dedicate a couple of months just to doing the films that are on the banned video nasties list. Would you guys like me to do that? Because I think that'd be fun. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I hope I will see you next time. Sayonara bitches! Mwah!